Hi, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Finding Data Friends, where we have found someone I haven't met before. So, a brand new friend. Ben, I presume you have met since you found him to come on the show. But we'll focus on the new friend part. Bernat, thanks for joining us on the show. Welcome. Do you want to tell us all a bit about yourself?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. So, yeah, I met in person Ben like just a couple of weeks ago, and it was good fun. But yeah, I work in data, like pretty much everybody on that event.
Check. Very
Yeah,
good.
good. Yeah.
Phew.
So I have a background in engineering, but from there I moved quickly into Excel macros. Well,
Ooh.
I enjoy that a lot. And from there I slowly moved back into more proper BI, so to say. So doing first some SQL with macros, then doing some SSIS, and then a little bit of everything until I met Power BI and realized that, whoa, this is gonna really do it. So yeah, and I took every opportunity to get deeper and deeper into that world, especially DAX. I would say that's my favorite thing, maybe.
Whoa,
So,
whoa, whoa, whoa. I haven't got to the question yet.
so
I don't
are
know
you?
that.
Well, hang on. I have another question anyway. Are
Yeah.
you saying that Power BI or DAX is more fun than Visual Basic for applications?
Uh-oh.
That's a tricky question, actually, because there are still things that you can do with Visual Basic that you will never be able to do with X. So I give you that. So events and all
Bonus
this sort of
point for our guest.
programming, or like going wild inside the computer looking for stuff that you will never be able to do that with anything corporate. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it's you get the right data, and that's pretty cool. I mean, navigating this whole thing and doing it more or less in an efficient manner, being able to reach the same value through different paths, and look what the engine does when you do that thing. So I don't know. I my mind is it goes in that direction. It's not like that I chose DAX, but rather like DAX chose me, I would say.
Well, I rest my
Perfect.
case. Visual Basic remains the butter of
Oh yeah.
programming
Oh,
languages.
accurate. Very true. Nice. Okay, well, maybe a slight spoiler alert, but what is your favorite data thing?
I mean, inside of DAX though, there are so many little things, right?
Okay.
So
Oh,
I
now we're getting very specific. I like
yeah,
that.
I like
yeah.
yeah.
I
Somebody read
mean,
the memo.
before I
Usually things go the
realized,
opposite way.
as I was starting, like to start with engaging with the community and Twitter and so on at the time. So I was suddenly known as the calculation group guy because all my posts had some calculation group going on. And because I think they were like so flexible and so cool. And, I like very much abstraction, like getting things in the place they should be. So instead of having all this little code spread over so many measures, having them in a single place felt very right to me. So, and then I started finding different applications, not just time intelligence, but other little things that you can do with that, and that made me a lot of fun. So that's pretty at least half of my blog would be about calculation groups, and I think now the other half would be about C# scripts, mostly to create calculation groups. So that's my two legs right now, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, very specific answer. We like that. Usually people are like, "Well, I like data."
No, no, no. I mean that's all fun, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah,
True.
this.
However, Jess, let's be a bit careful here. No,
Mhm.
let me rephrase this. Let's be very careful here.
Let's do it.
Because remember a couple of the past episodes where I was like, oh, this is amazing. This guest really read the memo. They're really giving one very specific
True,
answer.
true, true,
And
true.
then they kind of broke script, I'm going to say. It's
Mhm.
question 2 or question 3. And I mean, we really should not get ahead of ourselves before handing out the Butter Award for the best answers.
Well, your call.
Mm.
At what point are we going to explain the butter thing, by the way, Jess?
Well, I think there's no need to explain. Butter is a great word. It's a great food. It's just what more is there? Do
It will
people
be
not say butter this much?
It will be buttery or utterly, I'm not sure, confusing to a lot of people over the next episodes. But we promise you something. We're actually going somewhere with this. Maybe. depending on what my notebook says in the end. But anyways, before we slide down deeper into the buttery rabbit hole of saying butter too much,
we've got at least 10 so far, right? Like how amazing.
I mean, I'm kind of doing the math, and we need more than that. But maybe we just do one explicit episode that only is going like butter, 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 butter.
What if we made a new theme tune that was just something butter sung many times, like butter, 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 butter.
Would you like that better than the current non-butter? I mean, anyways, getting back to our second question, because I feel like we're being kind of confusing and not very inclusive with our guest here. If you're not playing with calculation groups, what is your favorite non-data thing to do?
I see. I mean, I do have 2 daughters and a wife. So, I mean, family is a big part.
And which one of the 3 is your favorite?
We said one.
I'll go in that path. But yeah, I mean, the other thing in my life, I mean, family, of course, but you said also non-generic things. I would say that most people would put family in some place there. So let's say family is very important.
You'd be surprised.
But maybe not that specific or not that relevant for such an episode. So I'll share something else. I don't know if you're into it or not, but many people do not know I'm a Buddhist myself from a lay organization. And we do a lot of meetings, and these meetings happen at home. And well, that's something that allows me to connect with people that otherwise I would never meet. And has made me a better person overall. So I would certainly put some space to that. Yeah, I mean, now with the children, I'm not that involved. I mean, I still have these meetings and so on, but I used to like even go like in courses and so on, and I would do like the translation because this movement is it's originary from Japan. So, oh yeah, did I mention I speak Japanese? Well, I speak Japanese, wow. So
Very subtle. Most subtle flex we've ever had on the show.
And then
I don't know if I brought it up yet, but
so I don't know, since there was like always like some responsible guy or girl coming from there and doing some sessions, then we would have to struggle to get a proper translation of what was about to be said. And of course, my Japanese level is not that high, but still was enough to do some like raw translation, which would be then later on like fine-tuned by people who know a lot of Buddhism. And I like, yeah, probably Bernat, what you wanted to say is this, right? And kind of like fix it up. And but it was great because what opportunity to really deepen my understanding of Buddhism.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something. There's no temples or stuff. It's just something that it's all over the place, and it's pretty crazy because even like in very divided societies, these meetings still happen. And then it's like we're really there just for that faith, for the practice. Mm-hmm. So politically, we started studying politics in one of these meetings. That would be pretty bad, I would say. But it's good that we concentrate on actually much more fundamental aspects of life and a struggle, and and how to not let negativity in, all these sort of things. So yeah, I don't know if that's for everybody or not, but that's who I am, and I wanted to share that part.
Very cool. I think that's a very unique answer, one that we haven't had anywhere close to that. Yeah.
I was going to say, we never had anybody bring up Buddha, but we never had anybody bring up anything that was remotely religious. So
yeah, maybe that's a new rule for the next speaker. I don't
No,
know.
it's
no. We welcome all kinds of people and viewpoints and stuff here. It's I always find that people bring things that then I learn more about, right? So it's not a topic I know a lot about, but now we know a little something.
There you go.
Agreed. So as long as it's in an inclusive way and not in a way
super inclusive.
I do not see why that should be a blacklist. Another fun fact: Elena Drakulevska, she also learns speaking Japanese. So maybe from now on, you two have your conversation.
I didn't know that.
Because it's great that I now have all these summaries of our episodes handy, Jess, because that's where I saw that.
Amazing. That is cool.
Yeah, I already love her content, so yeah.
She speaks a lot of languages.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like a lot of languages.
We don't know that. She said she's learning a lot of languages.
Ah, okay. Me too.
I mean, you know,
Hola.
I mean, I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I'm learning 150 different languages.
well, you see,
I feel like you have to be able to say at least one word in each of those languages for it to even be considered learning.
I think even about with one single word, I would probably get in the double digits. I would at the same time disagree that one single word qualifies as actually speaking the language. So
You didn't say speaking, you said learning.
true story.
I'm
True
on
story.
the journey. I've learned one word. I've got a bajillion to go.
I mean, here in Barcelona, I mean, at least myself, my native language is not Spanish. In case you're wondering, I speak Catalan with my family. So Spanish already counts as the second one, and then we have English, and then we have Japanese, and then we have some German, which is a bit rusty right now, but it used to be way better than now.
Okay, that is also good to know. So when we're having you back for SQL Conference or Data Grill or Rhineland, we're going to expect your submissions to be in German. Perfect.
I understood like 40, 50% of your ruffle, I must say. I was like, there's so many inside jokes going on. I was like, I mean, it's like, I can understand it, but I'm not making sense of what is going on. So
I can explain that part. Most of the stuff I was saying did not make any sense. So that's why.
You're at a disadvantage to start with.
Very much so.
Oh man. Okay, well let's come back to the podcast, to the questions. We have our final question, which some people say is the most difficult, but for me was the easiest because butter. But what is your favorite food?
Oh, good question. I've been quite a lot into Japanese food. So let's go for egg. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. I'll go with maybe ramen, some spicy ramen. Why not?
Okay. Nice.
Why not?
Have we had ramen before, Ben?
I actually shut down my research computer thingy, so give me about 7 minutes to boot it, and I can let you know. However,
Amazing.
I think we did, but I will need to double check.
Okay. Great.
I think we actually had udon noodles, which is not exactly ramen. It is close enough, but then again, they're usually not in a spicy broth. So, I mean, this is.
I feel like we might have had ramen. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I had ramen, maybe not on an episode, but I had delicious ramen just recently.
Oh, perfect. Are you making it yourself, or are you going to a specific place?
Yeah, you need to go someplace. And here in Barcelona, it's tricky. We have more and more places, but still, you need to be careful where you go. But it's always fun to go and try and see if it's good enough. Then, of course, I might think it's great, and then my wife goes, and then it's like, okay, we cannot go back here. And that's it. Yeah.
Nice.
By the way, just the other day, I was talking to a friend, and I had the perfect idea for an event in Barcelona.
Let's do it.
It's going to be lightning. It's going to be lightning talks only, and we're going to call it data tapas. So we're going to serve small dishes between the talks.
Amazing. Count me in.
Okay. I'll talk to the team, see if we can make it happen.
I already have a venue, so I need people on site to help me organize. But basically, I want tapas. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
All of the events Ben organizes are rooted around something he wants. Like a barbecue and beer, data grilling, a bunch of new speakers.
Yeah, the food was great.
Not so food related.
If everybody else can profit from what I want, why shouldn't I want it?
No.
And still, if nobody else can profit from it but me, I'm still profiting, so I'm still happy. So I still think that is very important.
No, data tapas is a great idea.
Data tapas. Yeah. I mean, we did a barbecue, but no data at all. So it's like, just let's do a barbecue. That happened.
I mean, I'm in for that too.
Me too. I was going to say I also had tapas without the data, so I kind of thought the data tapas thingy was a clever idea. But now that we're talking, maybe I'll just come see you. We have some nice tapas. Everything is good. No organizing. It's way less work. There we go.
Please let us know.
The event is off the table. It's not happening.
I mean, come over. We'll do like an event. You can explain something, and then we can just forget about everything and go have some.
Why don't we have an organization meeting? We will check out the tapas place first, make sure it's sufficient.
Yeah.
Talk about the potential of planning an event, but mainly eat the food first.
I agree. Because the thing also with tapas places is, unless you procure different dishes from different places, it is really hard to find one that really executes all the dishes. Like
So
one
we're gonna
does
have to try a
perfect,
few.
one does perfect bravas, and then there's one that does perfect pulpo, and then there's one that does perfect, has very nice manchego and all. But finding one that has everything.
I've got it. A journey. We visit a bunch of tapas places.
Oh, we move around the city.
You have a speaker at each place, and you just go. Yeah. What could go wrong?
Technically challenging, I would say, but other than that,
there are some logistics to work out. But we give people a map.
Yeah.
We send them on their way.
Let's not focus on details like logistics when it comes to an event. Let's agree.
Find the food first.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or let the food find us.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
I have no idea how that's going to work. We'll probably just
logistics again. We'll figure it out.
We're going to be sitting at the beach in Barcelona waiting for some food to find us. Nothing is happening for days, but we'll figure
just
something
starving.
else out.
We'll find
like
we'll
fun.
find food. Nice. We'll find.
Excellent. All right. I will go ahead and book some flights for us, Jess. Bernat, we will see you in 3 hours from now.
Let's
go.
With
that, let's end this episode. We have to get to the airport. My flight leaves in 7 minutes, which also means I have no time to boot the other machine. Thank you, everyone.
Pack the butter.
Thank you, The butter is always packed. I always have an emergency butter case with me for situations like this. And with that, thank you, Jess. Thank you, Bernat. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we see you all next week with yet another friend. Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye-bye.